I'm so excited to see many of you here in person. As Mike said, it's been 2 years of Zoom. And speaking of Zoom, I want to do a shout out, a big hello, and thank you to those who are in Zoom land, who are Zooming in for, I guess, what would be our 77th annual meeting as a Jewish organization. You know my name, Moshe Kruger. I began this journey as your executive director at the start of the pandemic. And only now, we hope, are we slowly emerging from our long hibernation. The theme for today's meeting is planting seeds. You may have seen that in some of your emails. Planting seeds for living Jewishly. If you know me, you know I'm a convener. I'm a consensus builder, and I'm a planter of seeds. Seeds bring forth new life and new possibilities. In the midst of chaos, complexity, and change, new possibilities, I believe, can be linked to this week's Parsha, this week's Torah portion, Baha'alatcha. So we find the Israelites at Sinai, a year after the exodus of Egypt. Moses is preparing them for the grand march towards the promised land. We read in the portion, the trumpets stand ready, the camp is set to go, and the march begins. Now let's roll the tape fast forward 3,000 years later, here at this annual meeting, at our encampment, where we are celebrating what binds us together as a community and what we have achieved. But you might be wondering, as I do, and perhaps as many of us do, what will our grand march look like in this community? Where will our leaders lead us? What will be the destination? Well, I have what I call the 3 T's to assist us in our planting and planning decisions. Our traditions, our sacred traditions, our technology, and Torah. You know, when we come together for our annual meeting, it's important, of course, to review the work we've done on behalf of the community over the past 12 months. But I think you'll agree, it's also essential that we discuss what is yet to come. So I begin tonight by saying I am forever grateful to Michael Kirsch and his steady leadership as president of the board for the past 3 years. He's been extraordinary. And we've benefited, Mike, from your profound wisdom and guidance. And I'd like to say, we all should say one more time, a big todah. Well deserved. But I would be remiss too if I didn't say that right up there with Mike is my wife, Karen. I simply could not fill my duties as the executive director of the Federation without her patience and understanding. So thank you, Karen. But there's more. The staff at the Federation, my goodness, we are so richly blessed with their passion. This is such a dedicated group of people who work tirelessly on your behalf, day in and day out. Day in, day out, and maybe even into the evening. Their passion and commitment have no rivals. Jewish life is changing on our campus because of them, as we are reimagining what our potential is here, creating space for sharing and living Jewishly, expanding outreach via ongoing events and content. I am just forever indebted for all that you do. as I am with the professional staff who have left the organization this past year, including our dear friend Emily Benedicts, Sandy Levine, our past JFS director, and Alan Stenberg, who are keeping on a tight leash, who is now our new secretary of the board. Thank you, Alan. So, my dear Federation family, I have chosen this moment tonight to announce some exciting news regarding the work that your team here at the Federation is doing. A month or so ago, we put together a proposal for a grant to enhance our Holocaust memorial right outside in our backyard. The funding for this grant will enable us to create a new and improved Holocaust reflective garden and outdoor education center. And just a few weeks ago, in fact, it was the day after I came back from Israel visiting family, I received the exciting news from the South Bend Downtown Rotary Club. And I was told that the decision by the grant committee was decisive in support of our project. Expanding our current garden will complement our newly reconstituted Holocaust Education Speakers Bureau. And just think about this. As a new community resource, the aim of the Reflective Garden and Education Center will be to attract local school children, even tourists to the area, and of course the citizens across our region, with a message that we can never allow the Holocaust to happen again. This is an important seed that we are planting. And I will tell you, this seed is supported by the research coming out of the 2020 Pew Research Survey on American Jews. You know, most Jews indicated in that survey that remembering the Holocaust and leading an ethical and moral life was essential to their being Jewish, was essential to being in terms of how they identified as Jews. And so I would think you would agree, we have a responsibility to prevent genocides in the future by teaching tolerance, respecting others, and demonstrating understanding and patience. Well, it's not going to happen overnight, this new and improved garden. We have more funds to raise, but we can begin planting the seeds today for this important addition on our Federation campus. These will be the seeds that will sustain us. It's why we plant them. You know, in nature, seeds and seedlings must survive all the chaos that the natural world can throw at them, including storms and floods and drought and frozen earth. And I like to think of planting seeds as a metaphor for planning. From tiny seeds come the power of the ideas that we have in our community. We plant seeds for meaningful Jewish journeys. We plant seeds for a vibrant Jewish life where no one is left behind. We plant seeds for the harvest. This harvest, or what we might call outcomes. And the outcome that I'm looking at from the podium here tonight is what I call a vision for 2025. This vision for 2025 is predicated on a 3-year community plan. We will plant the seeds in our community, and we have to ask, will they take root? I submit they will if these seeds have purpose, if these seeds have meaning to our community. From nature's nurturing of seeds to the to the human enterprise of community transformation, this much we know. This much we know. History reveals that a caring community increases our ability to adapt and grow and develop, and yes, even come together. And this is what reminds me so much of the work we do year after year on your behalf here at the Federation. We are constantly planting seeds and nurturing seeds. The Federation has a purpose. We bring people together. We assist the most vulnerable, and we share resources for the greater good. In fact, we've even started a big idea bank where anyone in the community can submit a seed of an idea to bigideas@thejewishfed.org. We set up this bank so that we can plant your seeds, the seeds that will grow into the community that you envision for our bright future. Yes, these are trying times as we read and see on the news across the globe and here at home. But you and your Federation have accomplished some amazing things by working together. The results, I would have to say, are noteworthy. For example, we have had a stunning hybrid Jewish film festival this past month. One patron commented, "The festival was powerful and made you think." And this week, as Mike pointed out, Camp Ideal started. Now wait for it. It started with 75 campers enrolled in this summer season. That is amazing. So I'm going to ask you, let's take a brief moment to watch this video that will be coming next so that you can feel the same sense of pride that we have here at the Federation about what we do and how much we love our local community.
Somehow, it may actually be all the chaos that nurtures a seed and makes it strong. Saplings become trees. Trees, forests. A home for other life that's nurtured and prospers. Sowing seeds of kindness and connection builds community. At the Federation,
I'm going home.
we don't leave anyone behind.
The war in Ukraine has
Invasion of
begun.
Ukraine.
Air raid sirens.
When the men, women, and children of Ukraine found themselves attacked, starving, and homeless, you and hundreds of other local citizens weren't afraid to get involved.
Russian forces advance, control
state media.
for many unimaginable.
We are here and we are safe.
We helped with food, water, and shelter. Thousands of helpless people whom we don't know and we're never likely to meet. Because we don't leave anyone behind.
I'm going home.
In this community, we plant seeds. So a good place like this, with so many good people, will stay connected in meaningful ways, grow, and yes, prosper. With Jewish Family Services, Holocaust education in local schools, Camp Ideal, the annual Jewish Film Festival, scholarships, and so much more. Today, the Jewish Federation of St. Joseph Valley is making a promise. We're planting more seeds to nurture and to grow You, me, our children, and our friends. The Jewish Federation of St. Joseph Valley, planting seeds because we believe in yesterday, we believe in today, and especially, we believe in tomorrow. Planting seeds for tomorrow, the Jewish Federation of St. Joseph Valley.
But I'm going home.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And I would also like to thank my collaborators in putting this video together. The producers were my friends at the Big Idea Company. Lou and Melinda, if you would stand up to be recognized, please. So friends, when we look at the horizon and envision what we can become, I'm optimistic. It's true, I am a cup half full kind of guy. And I know we have great challenges ahead of us. But you know what? I'm confident that we can work together. I would have to say, few people are inspired to give their precious time and energy and resources to maintain the status quo. I think the imperative is clear. We need to plant more seeds. We have the strength to do so. I love that sound. We have the strength, we have the know-how, we have the resources to set ambitious but achievable goals. Saying we can do this is the first and most important step to creating the synergies in our community that will propel us toward a sustainable, transformational change. We can do this. And now, before I call up Alon Shemesh, our new board president, to the podium, you know, I'm kind of reminded of a Yiddish expression that I think we all know. And it goes something like this. Man plans. Man and women, I guess, right? And God laughs. Am I right? Man plans and God laughs. But nonetheless, I think Hashem, right, the Almighty, would appreciate our efforts to mold our hopes and aspirations for our future and for our children's future into an actionable plan. All the barriers, all the roadblocks won't deter us. It will only serve to make us stronger. So let me close out my remarks tonight by reminding you of Isaac in the Bible, the son of Abraham, the only son, actually, right, of Abraham and Sarah, who sowed seed and reaped 100-fold. This is our destiny too. We shall sow seeds, and we shall reap 100-fold. May God strengthen and protect us. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. Now, Mr. President, Alon Shemesh, I call you to the podium.